The red-hot Minnesota Timberwolves added to their incredible post-All-Star break run, making it 4 straight wins after they beat the Milwaukee Bucks last night. The Bucks didn't have Giannis in this one, but that shouldn't take anything away from what this team has been able to do as of late, having the best record in the entire NBA since the All-Star break and have now won 10 of their last 11 games. The Timberwolves embody exactly what it means to get hot at just the right time, as they are trying to climb out of the play-in position with this late season push, and they have been phenomenal from that regards, as they now just sit 3 games back from the 4th seeded Utah Jazz, with the 6th seeded Nuggets being just a half game up from them. Finally, a city deprived of any basketball success for the longest time is looking to be on the right track to an extremely bright future in Minnesota, as they have the opportunity to clinch a playoff spot for the 2nd time in 18 seasons, and will be looking to potentially grab just their 3rd playoff series win in franchise history. The sad truth for the Timberwolves would be the fact that if they don't manage to get out of this play-in position, they could have all of this success taken away from them by teams that have played much worse all year if they manage to lose those 2 play-in games. That's why I have a huge problem with the play-in tournament. It is a good system when the teams competing for a spot sit like 1 to 3 games back from the teams in 7th and 8th, but in this circumstance, the Wolves have 12 and 13 more wins than the Lakers and the Pelicans, who sit in 9th and 10th. That's why this recent stretch of games is so crucial, as I would personally hate this team to get eliminated in that fashion without being given a true shot to compete in a 7-game series, considering everything they've accomplished this season. Also, only a small percentage of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed, so if you end up liking this video, consider subscribing. It's free and you can always change your mind. Enjoy the video. The Minnesota Timberwolves are currently the 3rd youngest team in the entire NBA, while only having 1 player over the age of 30 in Patrick Beverly, so them being able to have this much success is incredible and just gives you a sneak peek into the future of this franchise. It all starts with a trio of Towns, Edwards, and D'Lo, where Karl Anthony Towns, the cornerstone of this franchise at center, tied Edwards last night for the game high in the win with 25 points, and it's even been Towns' dominance as of late that has propelled this team to heat up like this. Over this stretch of 11 games, Towns has nearly been unstoppable on the court, averaging a double-double of 27.5 points a night with 10.8 rebounds with over a block a game, and his efficiency is the thing that puts these performances over the top, as he shot 58.2% from the field, 43.5% from 3, and 84.3% from the line, putting up numbers that match up with those who are considered MVPs this year, and this is all on top of the fact that he's averaged a plus-minus of plus 13.9 over these past 11. When Karl Anthony Towns is hot, there is basically nothing you can do to stop him, as he has all the tools in his arsenal as a modern-day big to wreak havoc on any team he's up against, and if you want proof, just ask the San Antonio Spurs, because Karl absolutely lit them up with a career high 60 piece, followed by 17 rebounds, shooting 61.3% from the field and 63.6% from 3 in that one. Towns, at just 26-year-old, is just entering his prime right now, and it couldn't be more of a perfect time for him, as the other core pieces on this team are either near the same age or a lot younger than him. He's certainly been living up to the hype of being the #1 overall pick in the 2015 NBA draft, and honestly, I still think he has plenty more left in his bag that he can develop into, and once this team's pieces all unite and become elite, well, this team is going to be absolutely terrifying to go up against in a couple of years that has the potential to compete for some championships. Anthony Edwards, who could wind up being the face of this league in a couple of years, is still just 20 years old and is one of the league's brightest young stars. Just like Towns, Edwards carries a wide variety of tools in his bag to tease at a potential superstar career, dropping 25, 5, and 4 last night on the Bucks on 56.3% shooting from the field and 50% from 3. He is undoubtedly going to be the future of the Timberwolves with the way things are going in his career, and he also just has everything you'd want in a young star to be the face of your team in a few years. years. He's extremely likable as a person. He's got the athleticism to jump out the gym. With an extremely small sample size, he's also shown to improve on literally every single statistic over last year. He's got the heart, he can defend, and everything is going to just continue to grow for this kid. At just 20 years old, averaging over 20 points a night, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and a steal and a half per game is special, and it's something that you just don't see every day from a prospect like him. Then next we have D'Angelo Russell, who's stepped up recently since the All-Star break to help the other stars on this team as the starting guard. Since returning from the break, in 12 games, he managed to put up 17 points and 8 assists and over a steal a game while shooting 45% from the field and 34.5% from 3. Another solid foundation on this team, and definitely plays a large role for the up-and-coming young prospects, as he is one of the older vets considering how young this team is as a whole. After that, the team's starting point guard is the Wolves' oldest player in Patrick Beverly, and as he brings a hell of a lot of experience to the table, at 33 years old, he also helps shape the culture of this team as he brings the energy and grit to every single game, and having a guy like this is going to do wonders for the youngsters in the locker room. Patrick Beverly is just someone who a young player can look at and just see exactly what it means to throw your 100% out there on any given night. Jared Vanderbilt has been getting a ton of attention in a starting role this season at just 22 years old, shooting 58% from the field this season. Malik Beasley, taking on a smaller role coming off the bench, has dropped off in his production on this team, albeit he is playing significantly less minutes as the sixth man, and even then, we've still seen him have the ability to step in when guys are out and have games like he did against OKC, where he dropped 33 points on 64.7% shooting from the field. Jalen Noel and Naz Reid, both just 22, are coming off the bench, developing under the stars on this roster, have bright futures with this team, and Jaden McDaniels, a guy who's currently injured but who has also been in and out of the starting lineup all season, is also incredibly young at 21, as these three are prospects where the Timberwolves are hoping to develop further to become very key pieces to this roster alongside Towns, Edwards, and D'Lo. And then lastly, the two guys that get the rest of the minutes on this team, also serving as some of the older players as well, even though they are just 25 and 27, are Taurean Prince and Jordan McLaughlin. Overall, looking at the Minnesota Timberwolves this season, they have the potential to climb all the way to the 4th seed in the NBA, potentially gaining home court advantage for a playoff series, and judging by the way this team has been playing as of late, I think it's very possible for them to achieve this. Considering that the average age of this young core of players on this roster is just 23 years old, that is so incredibly young for a team that seems to be figuring out the recipe to their success. And as the guys on this roster start to develop into the stars they're destined to be, as I speak about Anthony Edwards in particular, keep an eye out for this franchise to be in the mix for plenty of success for years to come. On top of the potential this team has in the future, how much better would it be if these guys managed to come away with a playoff run this season, which is most certainly possible for them, and just how much that would do to force these young stars to continue putting in the work to maybe one day hoist the Larry O.B. Their schedule from this point on is not favorable, being the 6th hardest remaining one in the NBA, as their upcoming matchups are twice against the Dallas Mavericks, then the Suns, the Celtics, the Raptors, and the Nuggets, so keep an eye out for how this team does during that stretch to see just how legit the Timberwolves are this season. That's going to be all for today's video. Let me know down below in the comments if you think the Timberwolves are going to finish the season off strong and climb out of the play-in position they're currently in. As always, if you did enjoy this video, be sure to hit that like button to help the video get shared along YouTube's algorithm, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more NBA videos like this one that I will be posting multiple times per week. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a great night.